Um,
Hmm.
I can hear the music. Okay. Wait, I thought we're supposed to explore like ground floor, but he said the guests will stay on this floor, the family on the top floor. Or maybe we are supposed to do that. Okay. But Mademoiselle Angeline is here. The sooner I learn more about the blackmail, the quicker she can return to celebrating her happy news. I'm also eager to hear about Mademoiselle Elizabeth and what become of young Florette. Okay. The Van den Bosch family have held a place in my mind since our first meeting. I am most interested to see what has changed since then. Okay, alright, okay. Let's talk.
Mademoiselle Angeline, it is a pleasure to see you again.
Detective, how wonderful you are here. Your travel was not too arduous, I hope?
Watching from my carriage window, I saw the beautiful countryside and rolling hills. It was anything but taxing.
I'm truly thankful you could make it here at such late notice.
No thanks are required, mademoiselle. When one is requested personally, there is nothing more important.
It seems the staff have been almost run off their feet today. It is always like this?
Gideon and I only wanted a small dinner to celebrate our engagement, but Maman was adamant on throwing this party. It may have been her idea, but it's the staff that have made it happen. Their efforts do not go unnoticed, from me at least. They have been with us for so long. I do my best to make sure they are happy and content.
Mademoiselle has made a remarkable transformation from selfish, spoiled brat to be gracious young woman I see before me. Although I must solve this case alone, Mademoiselle's insight may be a great assistance throughout my investigation. Who is aware of the blackmail letters and their content?
Only Maman, Elizabeth, my beloved Gideon, and you, of course.
And what is your fiancé's opinion of the letters?
He thinks me foolish for paying the first one if there is no secret to reveal. But
But you believe there may be a secret lurking, one that Maman is herself keeping hidden.
she tells me nothing. Even though I'm a grown woman on the verge of marriage, she still treats me like the child I once was.
Perhaps it is out of love that she protects you. It is in every mother's nature to protect their young from hurt.
The relation between Madame and Mademoiselle is obviously far from perfect. She should treasure the time she has with Mademoiselle Angeline before she's wed and has flown the nest. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have sent the letters?
Not a single person. I don't know anyone that would stoop so low.
The guests that will be joining us tonight, they are ones you can trust?
I hope so, Detective. Before the letters arrived, I would not have thought twice about it.
They are all close friends of yours, I assume.
Friends and colleagues. Gideon has spoken positively about them. It would be a rather underhanded tactic to do such a thing to someone you are doing business with.
Mademoiselle seems naive to the nature of business. It can be ruthless and unapologetic. Perhaps I should not overlook them as a suspect as quickly as Mademoiselle has. Tell me what became of the young maidservant Florette.
Oh, Detective, I'm afraid I just don't know.
Excuse you? How?
She was quite adamant at the police station that she would not be returning to the house, but I assumed she would at least collect her belongings.
Maman demanded that Elizabeth pack up everything she had and dispose of it.
Oh, wow. As if the poor girl had not already lost enough.
But I couldn't let that happen. Elizabeth and I took her belongings, what little there was of them, to a friend of hers in the town that Elizabeth knew of. But not even she had heard from her.
Oh, could Florette have returned to her family?
I wanted to contact her, but I had no address or telephone number.
Surely Madame must have had some information when she employed her.
You saw how Maman was. As soon as Fleurette was out of sight of the house, it was as though she had never been there at all. Elizabeth was most upset at the news Fleurette would not be returning.
And your mama's choice to ignore her accountability for the girl stopped you searching.
Please, detective, you cannot make me feel any worse than I already do. If I could go back and live that day again, you must believe me, I would never have done it.
Mademoiselle Angeline has finally accepted responsibility and is remorseful for her actions that day and the consequences that followed. I am pleased to see maturity in her, but that does not help young Fleurette, whatever she may be. There are certainly some beautiful pieces of art here.
Yes, Maman has quite a collection, although they are not all to my taste. Most, in fact.
The painting of the saints in particular, it is quite exquisite. Is it connected to the house in some way?
The one in the hall? If you look above your bedroom door, you will see one of their names. I believe they were originally carved to watch over the occupant.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall find you if there is anything further I need.
Well, that was never very helpful, was it? Can we talk with you about something new?
Detective.
I shall take up no...
Okay. Dining room, blah blah.
Oh.
Yeah, we've seen that. I thought my goal was like to find my room finally, but apparently not.
Aha.
Yeah. Does not.
Oh.
Okay. Painting.
Ah.
Nothing important. Well, here's also a room, but... Well, I think we have to go upstairs, but I mean, I've checked every room there, and he didn't want to go me anywhere, so I'm not sure exactly.
Huh.
Oh, well, it's not what I wanted, but I think we would have to make some connections. Okay, let's go upstairs. And let's open things and make connections. Diagonal vase. June has matured. Try to contact Fleurette. Mindful of staff.
This will not get me any closer to my... I cannot see the logic in this.
Well, I can.
Come, my little grey cells.
Oh, these two? Okay.
Magnifique.
It appears the family's financial situation is much the same as the last time I saw them. Can I confirm this? Family is keeping up appearances. Talk to Gideon. Okay. And here? Wait, what we can do here? Oh. Okay, we've done everything, but now we have to make 2 connections. But I didn't expect it.
Order and method. That is the way.
Guests residing on the first floor.
I must take a different approach if I am... Is there something...
Group of...
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
7 prestigious saints. I should find this above 7 doors in the house. I wonder if this matches the number of expected guests. Okay.
I must act on thought and...
Well, I don't know. Welcome book.
I should not be surprised by my own...
All the first floor rooms are accounted for. Perhaps the missing door is hidden elsewhere. What? 1 door missing. I don't know.
This will not get me any closer to my goal. I must act on thought and...
Secret?
Magnifique.
Yes! I fear Mademoiselle's secrets may not be the only one this house is hiding. House holds many secrets.
Come, my little grey cells. We...
Not sure what else I can connect.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the... Order and method. That is...
These two? Okay.
What a revelation!
I doubt Madame's standards have dropped. The staff must be working hard to finalize preparations. Staff too busy to talk to Zakaria.
Please, ask away, detective.
I'm aware finances can be a sensitive subject, but why am I ask of the house situation?
As far as I'm aware, everything is in order. From what I understand, the late Viscount had made some questionable investments. But that is all in the past.
And regarding the payment of the blackmail?
Angeline does not have to worry about money anymore. I was born into some wealth, and I have earned my own fortune.
Merci, monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebration.
Detective.
Would it not be easy to find the staff yourself instead of waiting for their return?
I'm a guest. I shouldn't have to go around chasing them.
Perhaps the party preparation is more of a priority.
It's not my fault they aren't ready. Why don't I wait here while you check in the butler's pantry in the east corridor? I think I saw a maid go in there earlier.
I shall take up no more of your time.
So... No facts about Gideon, that's fantastic. Why is it even marked? So we can make one more connection. Financial records. Gideon believes finances are in order.
Is there something I am not seeing?
No.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
It looks like the family have finally got back on track with their money problems. Great to hear. Okay. And here. No connections we can make, but staff members in the butler's pantry? Inspect the butler's pantry. Where would that be? Oh, here. Okay.
Oh.
The cook has obviously used them for quite some time, judging by their condition. Is that Elizabeth? It is. Let me inspect first and then we'll talk. There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. Or not yet. Okay, there's nothing to explore, so let's talk.
Ah, Mademoiselle Elizabeth. What a pleasure to see you again.
Detective Poirot, I'm so glad you could make it.
Unfortunately, it is not purely for pleasure that I am here. Mademoiselle Angeline requires my attention professionally.
Yes, Angeline has told me. I'm glad she called upon you, Detective. I've been rather worried about her.
I will do everything I can to find the blackmailer and bring them to justice.
I have every faith in you.
I hope I am not interrupting you.
We're all very busy, as I'm sure you can imagine. After I'm done, I can come to your room and help you with any further questions.
Oh, I'm rather embarrassed to say I'm having trouble locating my room.
No one escorted you? I'm so sorry. Everyone is just so frantic at the moment. Madame has requested all staff prepare for this evening.
And you have been tasked with jobs in the pantry. Surely your talents could be used elsewhere.
I do as Madame asks. Well, as Archie asks.
Monsieur Sterling. Yes, I met him when I arrived. A charming gentleman. He did give me some rather vague instructions to find my room, though.
I can only apologise on his behalf. He would be mortified. I'm afraid I cannot be of much more help, but I believe you are located next to Mr. De Silva. By all means, the house is yours to explore.
I suppose I should not to make Monsieur Sterling's lack of directions personally, considering the amount of work the staff have been tasked with. At least now I have permission to further roam the house. I'm glad that Mademoiselle Angeline has not allowed the blackmail to dampen her spirits today.
Yes, I'm afraid it may be all for show, though. She has not been herself, and it is not only I that have noticed.
Madame van den Bosch. Surely it must have had some effect on her.
Madame has carried on as though nothing has happened. She has never been one to show emotion, and she doesn't seem to notice how it has affected Angeline. The staff, on the other hand... Angeline means no harm, but there have been some instances recently where she has acted rather sharply with them.
I hope not too sharply. A house of two Madame van den Bosches would surely be too much for anyone.
Oh, I saw the welcome book as I arrived.
Ah yes, guests are requested to sign the book when arriving. I believe it gives details to the guests' room locations.
It stated the male guests are to be staying in the East Wing.
Yes, Madame does not believe in male and female guests residing beside one another.
I have been eagerly waiting to hear more of Belgium's greatest love story.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm afraid it is far from a happy ending. Luke is sadly no longer with us.
Aww.
Oh, mademoiselle, I was not aware.
It's fine, Detective, honestly. I'm sorry, but I really must finish this.
Bien sûr, mademoiselle.
For a man that has a mind so brilliant and astute, I have made an easy job of embarrassing myself. Let this be reminded to use one's grey cell before speaking.
Merci, mademoiselle.
The pleasure is mine, Detective.
I mean, it must have passed not like not like many years, right? Maybe like a few.
Before you leave, Detective, I have something for you beside the furnace here from Angeline. She wanted me to give it to you on your arrival.
Merci, mademoiselle.
But
Of course, Detective.
Merci.
The pleasure is mine.
what? What I should be? What? Was not she supposed to give me something? Oh.
Aha.
A letter?
Aha.
This second letter acknowledges a payment from a previous blackmail letter. Mademoiselle van der Bosch, you were wise to take me seriously. You have bought my silence for a moment, at least. Your family's privacy obviously means a great deal to you. If you are willing to pay to keep your secrets hidden and continue to pay, you will. Would your maman be as willing to part with her wealth? You will bring a second parcel with another 5,000 francs to the cobblers, this time addressed to them Monsieur Fontaine by close on Friday. You have done your family a service by keeping this arrangement to yourself. I'm sure I do not have to tell you what will happen if the police are involved, and I hope it will not come to that. Okay. I'm not able to read the letters that are sent to Mademoiselle Angeline. I'm sure there's a great deal to learn from them, and hopefully some clues to the author. Maybe it's Florette, you know? Handwritten. Payment acknowledged. Talk to Angeline. Steph concerned for Angeline. Handwritten.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I mean, we can't tell it was written with that pen, but I mean, I can't ignore the coincidence the same style of pen that wrote the letter is present in the house. Yeah, someone from the staff did that. The letter is possibly written in the house. I mean, you can't tell. Nah. Talk to Elizabeth. Nay.
Of course, Detective. What is it?
You see, like, we've made one connection on one piece of evidence, and then we have to talk to a character to progress in the game. That's what I don't like about it. Like, normally I would, like, investigate everything I can, and then talk to a character about several topics, and then get some new information, and then continue. But here, as, like, the gameplay is slow, like, I can't switch between locations very fast. That makes it more annoying, because if I would go away to explore the rest of the house and then piece out this evidence at some point, I would have to go back to talk to Elizabeth to get one small piece of information to progress in the game. That's what's annoying me. I noticed a rather extravagant looking pen in the
I
hall.
would not say it in front of the Major, but it is rather hideous. It was a gift from him to Madame from his time overseas. I don't think it even has the capability of writing.
A pen that does not write is like a fish that cannot swim.
As Angeline describes it, a useless ornament. It's the thought that counts, I suppose.
Merci.
The pleasure is mine.
So that's it. That's really it. Here we can ornamental. We can't make connections here. No connections. We have to explore further. Hold on. Oh, it's not new. Okay. But we have to talk to Zachariah for whatever reason. Talk to Angeline. Here also no connections. Elizabeth. Luke passed away. Talk to Angeline. Okay, with two people we have to talk. And it's like, it's a task that we have to do. I don't know, I'm kind of like got used to different way of playing adventure games. Why I can't go there? I thought I got permission to explore the house, but apparently not. Anyways, yeah, let's talk.
What can I help you with,
Elizabeth showed me letters you received. One of them has already been paid.
I was right to pay it, yes? You have read them. What do you think?
You were wise to consult me, but bowing to their threat may have only shown that you are willing to pay for their silence. Is the secret they speak of worth so much?
I wish I could, but I have no idea. The letter was addressed to me, but I have nothing to hide. Maman took one look at it and disregarded the whole thing as someone's idea of a joke.
She looked at it. She is not aware of the second letter.
She doesn't know I paid the first. I thought I could make it all go away.
Did you ask Madame if there was a family secret they could be privy to?
She said I was to ignore the letters and stop wasting my time with such foolishness. If there was something, she wouldn't tell me anyway.
It appears Mademoiselle believes her mamma's attempts to brush away the serious nature of the letters, as little as I do. May I ask you how you came into such a large amount of money to pay the ransom?
I couldn't ask Maman for the money. She was angry that I had even considered paying it. Gideon offered to help.
Pardon, did he not think you foolish for paying?
He did, but he said he couldn't stand by and watch me in so much distress.
How honorable.
We are soon to be married, detective. A loving partnership that faces their troubles together. They are his words.
I did not mean anything by it, mademoiselle. You have found yourself a husband that will stand by your side and do what must be done to protect you. I am most pleased for you.
How has Mademoiselle Elizabeth been since the passing of her beloved Luke?
As you would expect, she has been in quite a state. It was such a terrible accident. She kept it to herself for almost a week before she even told me.
Pardon, how could you not know? Surely his absence from the house was noticed.
Maman fired him after he returned to the house. She said he could not be trusted.
But Mademoiselle Elizabeth's position was kept?
I begged Maman for them both, but she said if he was willing to go behind her back, what else could he do?
Falling in love is a far cry from committing even the smallest crime, n'est-ce pas?
A cruel and unnecessary decision by Madame van den Bosch. She had no right to fire him and tear him away from his beloved, I guess. I spoke with Mademoiselle Elizabeth and I fear I may have upset her. So, okay, she fired him, but, well, she lived here all the time, the Elizabeth. So they couldn't see each other, or what?
She has been a kind shoulder to lean on through all this mess, but it is her I worry about. She has been through so much.
I was not aware of what had happened, and by mentioning, I fear I may have only made it worse by dredging up the past.
Do not punish yourself, detective. You are not to know. I don't think your honest mistake will make much difference to how she has been feeling recently.
It is easier said than done. I have already seen a difference in Mademoiselle Elizabeth. She was once so exuberant and optimistic, seeing the positives in everything and everyone. But now I fear the loss of her love, and the careless reminder from moi may have damped her outlook.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Detective, it looks...
Monsieur Sterling said my room was on the first floor.
Is that what he said? I can barely understand most of what he says with that accent.
I can understand Monsieur Sterling perfectly, but Monsieur Demir is one more vin rouge away from becoming unintelligible.
I find his accent rather pleasant, reassuring.
I guess. Not too helpful when it comes to finding your room, though. You'll probably be the lucky one that has that hideous plant outside the door.
I shall take up no more of your time.
So what are we doing exactly now? Talk to Gideon, inspect the east rooms. We can make one connection here.